And 3, 2, 1, boom. And we're back with another episode of Crack Gamers. This episode brought to you by Zenreal Clothing Co. Pick up your tees and accessories at zenrealclothingco.com. And if you're not, but use offer code Socrates at checkout for 20% off select items. But if you're not willing to spend the money because you're spending that CERB money on Gucci belts and stuff, check out the free Zenreal radio playlist, zenrealclothingco.com on Spotify. Okay. So, big twist in the storyline of what's going on. Trump ended up getting COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And if we weren't on a decline already, we're on a steadier decline now, I would say, via, economically.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering, are we witnessing, literally the fall of Rome at our not footsteps, but over our digital devices. You know what I'm saying? So it's like him getting COVID. It's bad because it's it's like a president. But then you said the stock markets started to dip,
mm-hmm.
right? And then I was like, oh, okay, yeah, of course, because it's all based on speculation, right? You're making guesses on if you should put money into something, pull out money, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, oh, well, this could be the end, the start of the fall of Rome, right? Well, the new Rome. And then later in the day when I posted that, an article came out about oh, this is not economically good for Canada.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, of course, because we're tied to the U.S. economy,
mm-hmm.
even though we don't like it. So I thought it was kind of funny that we all harp on Trump, and say these negative things, but then something big like this happens and it's ooh, is this really what we wanted? Because we are tied to them. So it's what does this mean for us being in the West?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So what are your thoughts?
Well, yeah, I mean, everyone's reaction right away is, of course, going to be a dip in the markets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If they can somehow create a level that, if they have some things in control where, there will be a transition of power if that needs to be done. For instance, like Mike Pence
mm-hmm.
and things like that. Those sort of things will stabilize the markets.
Okay. But so you don't think that this... So do you think everything that's happened in motion, that's been set in motion, closing down of the economies,
mm-hmm.
The housing crisis, the inability to work, the money that's being pumped into these things, is this do you think we're headed for a shift of superpower?
I don't think so.
Really? You think at the end of this, America's still going to be number one? Really? Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So how long do you think this will last, first of all?
Well,
or maybe it'll just be number one in appearance. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we won't destabilize it to such a high level. It'll just be okay, China's making more money than the U.S., but we're still using the U.S. dollar as the highest.
Yeah.
Or the primary mode of currency.
Right.
Really? You think that?
Yeah.
But
I don't
why?
think they're gonna let China be the lead.
No, I don't think. I don't think it'll. I don't think any of these things happen intentionally. It's more unintentional.
Yeah.
So okay. So the reason why I call it the fall of Rome is apparently Rome its reign ended. One of the primary contributors is people were getting sick because of lead piping.
Right.
So they didn't know why people were dying and getting sick, but it was it's the way you made your
right. But they didn't know
systems. No, that's what I mean. So it's
versus
it's you can call that an act of God or something, right?
Right.
So this is kind of an act of God.
But we know what is causing the illness.
Yeah, but still, it's no, right. But what I'm saying is it destabilized.
Right,
things.
but it's not just America, right? It was just Rome or whatever it was that was affecting them.
Yeah.
This is affecting the world.
Okay, true. But do you think that because isn't Asia doing okay? I haven't really seen too much news on them, second wave or whatever.
Some parts of Asia, like Taiwan, is doing very well.
Yeah, okay.
As in they've controlled the virus.
Uh-huh. China.
I don't know about China because it's up and down in these different areas of China. I think.
Okay.
In Japan too, the same kind of thing. It's up and down. It's like I haven't looked at their numbers either,
Right.
so I don't know exactly. But it's because it's being like you're dealing with it in everywhere, like other parts of the world. So it's like I think there will be some. It's not like the same as what happened to Rome.
Right. Okay.
It was a direct impact on them only. Maybe it was if it was only affecting America, I guess.
Okay. I see your point. But remember that thing that we watched where it's like the way our economic system has been structured, like this sort of like we utilize outsourcing, like everything's made in China and stuff. But then as soon as like you close those borders or like you realize how heavily dependent you are on other countries, then that'll topple it. My question is like, what happens if, because everything's made in China, wouldn't that suggest that like all of the money, all the power is placed in their hands, like economically, right?
Yeah.
Even though it's like you're like, okay, your dollar is more, the dependence on them is still high.
Yeah. I think what happened was like they realized not to put everything all the baskets in China.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Now that's happened, right?
Yeah.
They're moving manufacturing to other parts of the world.
Okay. So like that is also a shift as well.
Yeah. It's like, oh, like the masks and stuff we were making, like, okay, we have to make it in house, like those sort of things.
Yeah.
Then Apple is looking for other areas, like they've started making phones in India.
Okay, so maybe it's like a restructuring that's going on.
Yeah,
interesting. Okay, I could see that. Yeah.
Like China doesn't need them anymore. I don't think they need necessarily outside sources.
So
building within China, like they've built enough. They've got their own companies now, right?
Who, China?
Yeah, like the Chinese.
I know, like Huawei and exactly.
And they're doing well. So like that's I think that's how China's economy will continue to grow.
But that's what I'm saying. But okay, so like under that line of thinking, it's like, okay, so China's built a system where it's able to thrive internally and also support external things. So like import export is good on their end. But then if you run a system that's so like stretched, like North America, where it's like we rely on so many other countries, like that, you're like building a brick house on sand. You know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to build this thing up, but if like one thing crumbles, you get this domino effect. That's what we're seeing right now.
Well, because everyone was manufacturing in China at that time, right?
But
I think it's better to spread it out.
Totally. So
versus only one. Because what they can do is they've done that too, which is like ban phones. You can't buy Huawei or something like that.
We can in Canada.
In America.
Oh yeah, okay. America,
and there are other countries doing that, or it's like making those 5G deals with Huawei.
Okay.
In Europe has probably canceled a lot of their contracts with them. It's like this is an impact from America causing that for Europe to do that.
Oh, okay.
So you can.
So you think they're calling in their
I think
partners
so.
now? They're like, hey man, this is not looking good for us. We need to like.
Yeah. Like we have someone in custody, right? That lady that's. I think the Huawei executive lady that we did that because America wanted us to do that.
Interesting.
So it's like
so essentially we're watching like a global war fought over economics.
Yeah.
Which, I've been calling that for a while. It's like the future war is not going to be fought on the battlefield. Although we're still fighting.
I think it's both.
Yeah.
I think
but there's no like actual like
no, but wars before were about economy too.
Right? No. But what I'm saying is like now that we have the stock market, it's like you're battling via numbers, not like because like
I mean, there's a situation between India and China, and that is India doesn't have the same amount of military power or spending that China does. So what they're doing is by banning apps or banning certain things from being sold in India that are from China. So those are the economy ways to affect China.
Well, what are those called? Not embargoes. Sanctions.
That's what Trump was doing.
Yeah. Okay.
Putting sanctions. Yeah.
So it's like you can't do this here, and like But didn't they do that for Russia as well?
Yeah. They do it all the time. They did it for Iran.
Crushed like Russia's economy.
Yeah. They do it for Iran too. Like it's the America does that. They're
So
they're in the
okay,
lead with
okay.
that.
So what these are all the reasons why you don't believe America's going to lose.
Yeah.
Because you think that they have the power, like they have the biggest stick. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
Like their military might is amazing, but also at the same time you think they have like strategic alliances.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they can call these sort of things in. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, I didn't think. I guess I didn't think of it from that perspective. Like, I think it'll just be a natural shift in that direction.
I think it'll be natural, more gradual versus like I don't know if it will necessarily be like that, like directly from this virus. It'll cause that. I think,
No, yeah, no, totally. But that's what I mean. Like, I'm saying like, I
or it may have
wonder.
actually slowed it down for China because of the virus. I don't know. Like what I mean by that is realizing we shouldn't be putting all the basket in China. Like the manufacturing and all that stuff that we had done.
Right.
So
But
we're
is it
backing from that?
But is it already too late to?
I don't know. That's
revert
the
back?
thing. Yeah. Is it too late? Yeah. I don't know.
You know, because like,
Might have been. Might be. Yeah. Might be.
but that's what I mean. It's like, I feel like there's going to be, like this fall of Rome idea is like the West is pretty much on decline, and I feel like the East is going to make a huge push to like global dominance.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Because I don't know if they can accept something like a communist country.
No. Like no. Totally. You mean communists like ruling the world kind of thing?
Yeah.
No. But it's like America too. Like they don't really do that. Like they don't push their ideology. I just mean like the fall of Rome in terms of the major trading partner will become China instead of
Yeah.
like America.
Right.
Like, yeah, I wonder if like there was some speculation a long time ago that like, because they were saying English is the language of business. So if like a person who's like from China and a person from Germany, if they don't speak each other's language, they'll both revert to English.
Yeah.
Right, because of the universal language.
Yeah.
But like then there was some speculation that
China or
it
Chinese
would become Mandarin.
Yeah, Mandarin. Yeah.
Yeah. So like even I guess maybe it's also like my like tutelage, like how I studied it, because this is all the things that we were learning.
Yeah.
Like about like global economies, and like in the future it's going to be Asia. And I was like, when though? And I was just watching it turn, and I'm like, oh, this could be it now. You know? Did you remember like the BRIC thing I was talking about? Brazil, Russia, India, China.
I think so.
So like they again, other speculations that the BRIC countries were going to end up being the superpowers instead of like USA, Great Britain, and like whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. We'll see.
I'm calling it. So we'll just see the bet in 10 years from now. You're saying no, America will still be the superpower in 10 years. I'm saying there's going to be a shift towards Asia in 10 years.
Okay.
We'll see. All right. So what does this COVID thing have to do with the election we were talking about yesterday? But I was like, save it for the podcast.
Yeah. No, like, it was interesting it was like a few days after the debate, I was like, oh, he tested positive. So it's like,
yeah. Oh man.
That was what I thought. I was like, oh, did Joe get it too? It's like,
yeah. Could you imagine that? Like you have a crippling effect of your like world leaders now, or you're like not world leaders, but like,
yeah. No, but I was reading like even like they've never pushed an election date before. Even during the Spanish flu, anything that happened, they'd always stuck to that date.
Right.
So, and it's up to Congress to push that date or not. Right.
Okay.
And I think that's mainly Democrats in Congress. Anyways, but then
they don't want to push it.
Well, I don't know that. That's not even talked about yet, I think. I guess it depends on if he gets worse or not. And well, this is going to impact like debates and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So like initially when I saw the news, I was like, is this a ploy to be like
to not do those debates because he looked so bad in it?
Yeah, Trump.
He did. Yeah, Trump did.
Okay.
Trump did.
So
really bad.
I was wondering that like, is this a ploy to it could be like a multi-pronged attack, right? Like you'd be like, okay, I don't want to do debates anymore. I got COVID. Or also like, oh, hey, I got COVID. I got over it. look, it's not that bad,
Yeah.
you know. But then I I don't know the validity of that one. That's like a crazy conspiracy at that point.
Yeah, but
Like
the
maybe
thing
I wouldn't
is,
put it
like,
past him.
the
Like that's
thing
pretty
is with
genius.
what he, if it was a hoax, it's like, but he stopped. He had to stop going to his rallies, which is actually good for him,
Okay.
right? And not doing
Yeah.
those rallies is not a good thing
Right. Okay. I see
because
your
then
point.
it impacts your campaign.
All right. How gnarly is it that he actually got COVID? Like, like he was not like the whole time. Remember, he's like, oh, just like inject Clorox into your like body
No, he
and
didn't
like all
say
that.
it like
No, but you
that.
know what I'm
Like,
saying? Like all this 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 like controversy over his opinions via over
right? Yeah.
like COVID.
Yeah.
You know, like oh, we should open up the economy, blah blah blah. And it's like
But he's right.
no, he's right. He's right. I'm
As
just saying
well.
it's like is
Mhm.
as an elderly person,
Yeah.
it's quite old. Him getting COVID, it's like,
Mhm.
oh, this is like exactly now you're in the position that you hadn't seen.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like you have a direct experience
Yeah.
towards the plight of what's going on
Mhm.
now.
No, there's a direct like with Twitter thing too. Is the he tweets all the time. After he posted that he had tested positive, there was no tweets after that, other than that one video that was there, which was him saying going to Walter Reed Hospital.
He didn't look so great in that video too.
He
right?
didn't look good that
Yeah.
video, but it's like it's a bit weird what he looked like. It's like
It looked like he was like really holding it together for that
Yeah.
like 1 minute video
Yeah.
slice.
yeah, it's just not him. It doesn't look like it's like character wise, it's not him.
Yeah, no.
Right.
Yeah.
And like him not tweeting, that's kind of
Even the way he
weird.
ended it where he's like I will never forget it. I was like,
yeah,
wow,
I'm
that's
like, are you? Yeah, it's
this
like
is
as
a
if you're.
really sentimental moment. You
Yeah,
know?
as if,
Like,
but it was
whoa.
more like as if you're dying or something.
Maybe. What if he's like
don't
scared though? Like as a
Maybe
human
he's
being,
scared, yeah,
like
maybe.
you know, like we always, like for me personally, I don't like to, and I know this is the same for you, but like even though he's somebody you dislike, he's still a person.
Yeah.
You know, so like he's gonna feel like the fear of it too,
Yeah.
and like the stress and like
Mhm.
all this, you know, like we think of it from that perspective of like, oh, what a terrible person, like with these choices, or like, you know, he's like sexist,
Yeah,
racist, and
yeah.
stuff. But like, yeah, that's one person. Like I
Yeah,
see it
yeah.
as like that's just a person though,
Yeah.
with his opinions,
Yeah.
his perspectives, and
Mhm.
it's like, what would I be like in that seat? You
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
like I'm gonna bring to it my own subjective biases as well.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
like if I were president, I'd be like, oh, we should implement UBI, and then other people would be like, why are you gonna implement UBI?
Mhm.
But you know what I mean? Like there's always like everyone's gonna have something negative to say.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I don't know why. Like there was a lot of stuff about him saying like, "I hope he dies" and stuff
Yeah,
like
like,
that. And
dude, that's cold, bro.
Yeah, like
Like,
why? Like if you
yeah.
really don't like him in office, well then vote.
Yeah,
and then
just-
get
you
him
shouldn't
out.
have
That's all
voted him.
you have
Yeah,
to
yeah,
just
totally.
follow the system. If you right, like he won because of the system. So I cannot blame him. That's his that's his viewpoint. He has that viewpoint.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah.
Philosophical question. Could you, like the worst person in the world, like let's say Hitler,
Yeah, it's
like what would you be like? Oh, I wish he died.
I guess like in like by my hands or like isn't that
No, just like you know, like
To
people like,
die.
oh, I wish Trump would die, right?
right
For
yeah.
this, and it's like, well, that's like pretty excessive, bro.
Mhm.
You know, but like, is there a person that you could see like, I wish he should die? Like, could you wish that upon someone? Like, I'm just wondering.
No,
like,
because
what that must
then it
feel
makes
like,
you the
know?
same as the other person, right? It's like if you want to be better than
Yeah.
like them, it's like why are you like putting yourself at their level? Why do you want like killing itself? It's like
Yeah, it just seems like very extreme. Like the
It's
person
extreme,
who mailed
yeah.
the resin. What was the thing they mailed? Ricine or something.
Something, yeah.
And it was like
yeah.
from Quebec.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, that's pretty intense.
Yeah.
That's excessive.
Yeah. But in generally, most people do not. Like this is the minority. Of course, people would want him to die, but I don't think the majority.
I guess
Things like
I
that.
guess for me, it's more like it's more like a philosophical death.
Yeah.
It's like I want him to die from my awareness. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm just not gonna pay attention to him.
Yeah.
Like you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
Like instead of like actively wishing people to fully die, you can have them die via like not paying attention to them.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't pay attention to them, then they don't matter anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And like the best way, like if you didn't like him, you just don't vote for him. That's another way to
yeah.
not have him like in your awareness.
Right,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
oh, I don't want this guy
Yeah.
around,
Right.
you know? But again, like we talked about last time, he played the game well. Like he won the specific
Yeah. That's
seats.
his.
Like
that's-
it's just a flaw within like their governing system.
I don't think it's a flaw. It's just like right now, what it looks like, Joe Biden might win. He does have
Like automatically?
not automatically. Like he does seem to have the
But they said that about
electoral
Hillary.
college as well.
They said that about Hillary too, though, right? Like
No.
he didn't have electoral college. No, but I mean like
No, she
when
didn't have
people are
electoral
like,
college.
She's a shoo-in.
Yeah, but that's the there were, I forgot what he said about like who I was watching, but you're looking at the electoral college. Looks like Biden might win, but that was then. I don't know now with all this COVID stuff, what happens, like with Trump getting the COVID. But the thing is, what I found interesting was like, even if they don't do an election this year, it's like Trump doesn't continue on, or whoever, like the VP doesn't continue on being the president after January 20th. January 20th is the end date of that 4-year term.
Right, yeah,
You have to leave the house.
Yeah,
That's that. You have to leave the house, and if hasn't
can't be
been
like
an
an
election, the House representative becomes the president.
Yeah, it can't be like an 8-year term or something.
Yeah.
Or no, sorry, not 8-year. You
Like
can't
another,
extend it.
yeah, you can't extend it. You're out of the house on January 20th. That's kind of interesting.
It's not like a loophole where you like get rid of the election.
Yeah,
and
then
then
you
it's
stay
like,
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work like that.
That's good. They have
So
like a
if it was,
safeguard.
the House representative would become president, which is Nancy Pelosi.
I remember this reading this meme. It's like, why do Canadians care about American politics more than their own? And I was like, maybe it's because we just have it in order. You know,
I think so. I think
like,
it's
there's nothing crazy going on
Right.
in our political system.
right.
So it's like, yeah, that's why we pay attention to yours, because yours is such like entertainment,
I think it's more entertainment. It's more like,
right? Like,
well, it's like watching tragedy, or it's like, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
that is what works as entertainment.
yeah, so
seeing
something
it.
to really pull at your heartstrings.
Yeah,
and be
yeah,
like,
yeah,
whoa.
yeah.
Like it's more engaging. Like we don't got these crazy. We have like 3 months of campaigning, voting done.
Yeah,
You know, but like theirs is like year.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a crazy process.
Because we don't do I think we talked about this, but it's like we don't do primaries here.
I have no idea what that is.
So what that means is like within the party, so within the Liberal Party, they would vote within it to who would be the leader of that party, right?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I know what you're saying. So like they,
party members would vote
for their
on-
team captain, basically.
Yeah.
So like each of these teams is a captain,
Mm-hmm.
and they reserve that that voting system internally, so we don't have to be
Yeah.
stuck with that.
Yeah.
Whereas in America, we watch them,
Go
play
through the
out,
primaries.
which is
Which
like
is-
they're selecting their team
They're
captain,
selected. Yeah.
and then once their team captains are selected, then they vote
Yeah.
on.
And then even with that, it's different per state. In America, it's like some states you have to be already registered. So if you're going to vote for Bernie, you have to have been registered a Democrat. So you have to register at a specific time, and then you can
Oh,
vote.
that's so.
Or there's also other states where you don't have to be registered you can be registered on the date that you vote.
Yeah, see, that's so messy.
So that's why the primaries are a much messy thing. It's every state is very different,
Right.
has
right,
different
right.
structures and stuff. Then once you've done all that, then the two parties have the leader and all that kind of thing. So Joe Biden and Trump. So that would be, then you pick.
Yeah.
Then it's a general election.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So-
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. I was watching these. My sister was sending me the memes of like how a few days before they were like knocking COVID, and then they got COVID, the first lady and Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I saw this other like video of Trump like throwing his hat into the crowd.
Oh yeah.
And
I
it
saw
was
that.
like, oh man.
like they're looking back now, contact tracing. How did that person get it? Hope Hicks was her name. His aide,
Okay.
that closest aide, that was who got it.
Oh, that's how he got it.
And then I think he got it from her.
Okay.
But they're like, who did she have in contact with? What happened at the debate place?
Yeah.
So like, how did it spread there or
Right.
whatnot? And did everyone get tested when they showed up? And there was a bit of an honor system, so it's like
Honor system.
yeah, because I think they showed up a bit late, the Trump side, for the debate. That
So there's like, oh, we trust that you don't have COVID. Like, what?
no, that they had tested themselves before, so that was the honor system versus the Cleveland Clinic testing
Oh.
them. I think something like that.
But they didn't test themselves? Like,
No, they tested some, but they couldn't test everyone,
oh no.
right? So, anyways, like as of Friday, Joe Biden and his wife got tested. Mike Pence got tested. So they're all negative. So,
Okay, that's good.
let's see if the VP debate happens next week.
Okay.
And I think they have to push that presidential debate because it was supposed to be. It would have been 13 days since they when Trump got it,
Yeah.
tested positive, that you need 14 days of quarantine, right? So it's like, do they?
Oh, right.
I don't know what happens to that debate, the second debate,
What?
and if it gets worse too, like then.
I was about to say, like, what happens if he, like, what could that mean if he, like, gets worse and, like, ends up passing away from COVID?
Yeah.
That was like,
Yeah.
like
Well, I don't
that
know,
is like a
like,
message to the world, you know? It's like,
Yeah.
whoa, you gotta take it seriously.
Well, someone like there hasn't been many, like too many world leaders who've gotten it. There has been a few, which is the Brazil's president Bolsonaro, which was he had very mild symptoms to it.
Okay, is
and
he
then-
old or
He's somewhat, I don't know what age he is. Not as old as Trump though.
okay?
And then there was Boris Johnson in the UK who had it, and his did get a bit worse. And I think he went on the respiratory thing
Oh no way!
in order to actually like he was at home, I think, quarantine, and then he kept getting worse, so they had to ship him to the hospital for respiratory stuff. So he's now back in his office, like doing the prime minister or whatever they have.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's like, like we're all on the fence of like taking this seriously and not seriously enough. You know what I mean? Like, but like that's why I think it would be a crazy signal to see like Trump pass away from it.
Yeah, that would be pretty crazy for his followers, yeah.
But not just his followers, but like the world. It's like, what is
No,
it?
no,
Like,
yeah,
we'd all
yeah.
wake up and be like, hey, it's like a sacrificial lamb or something,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But Khabib's dad died from it, eh?
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's flown to Russia. He got contracted it. Yeah, I didn't tell you that. Oh.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so it's like,
So that's
yeah, serious.
yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. So I didn't know about that. Like I think we have to see in the next 4 to 5 days what his symptoms are like, because that's kind of when it would get worse. Then you would kind of know. Like that's why I think they're keeping him at the Reed Hospital, Walter Reed Hospital, and then they'll decide after. Like he's in close proximity to like the ER part of it.
Okay.
In that, like he's in. I think he's staying at the presidential offices or something. Yeah, at the hospital, but they have like if he needs to use the ER, if anything happens.
Well, why did he go? I was like also checking to fact check that because I was like, yeah, I'm pretty. It had been a while since I read that, so I was like, just double check. Yeah, his dad did die of COVID.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was because I didn't want to say that and be like, because then it made me think like, wait, did I just read that like as false news? You know, so I was checking, fact checking. Yes, he did die of COVID complications. Sorry, but yeah, why did they choose that hospital?
I don't know. I guess the facilities are there. I'm not sure. Like the location to the White House from that. It took a helicopter to there. So.
Yeah. Interesting.
I think they
don't
said
know.
I just read today that he's on a couple of different things. He's on remdesivir, which he was always talking about, which could help reduce or
reuse, recycle,
like reduce the increase of like the level of symptoms or whatever,
Okay.
or help him fight it.
Okay.
And some other very like still not available to the public kind of treatment,
Like a cutting edge.
Yeah, but this is normally given to like as a compassionate care, which means like to people who are dying.
Oh.
You normally give it to them because you have no other choice.
Oh, it's like a last ditch effort.
Normally that's where like that's where this level of like the usage of this would be, like, because it's an early treatment or early testing or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
So that's kind of when you would use it.
Oh,
But,
it's
like,
it's not like he's like on his last.
No.
Okay,
That's why they like he was walking to the helicopter. I think that's kind of thing. But like I don't know, like maybe he had enough energy just to walk to the helicopter, and I wonder like what happened inside the helicopter.
That's like, what I mean. It's like, yeah, we're like, it's so funny how if you watch like Nightcrawler, that movie, it's like it's all about perception. You know, it always comes down to marketing.
Oh,
so it's
of
like,
course it is. Yeah.
so it's like, yeah, we watch him like walk to the helicopter, and you're like, oh, he must be okay then. But it's like, all right, 3, 2, 1, all of your energy, walk, go, and then get in the helicopter, like collapse. You know, and he's like, oh, that took all of my energy just to walk. You know, it's like we don't see before or after, we only see during.
Yeah.
And then like you only get that little scene,
the glimpse of it. Yeah.
You know,
it looks. Yeah, I know.
It's funny speaking about that, like too, how like the camera is very like we don't realize it, you know, like editing, like what editing can do for you, or like watching something through a lens can do for you. So I remember we went to see like UFC live, and like Stylebender talked about this too. He's like, the camera makes me look faster than I am, but when I fighting in real life, it's like, oh, I can see you're much slower. You know, remember I said that too. Like I was like, these fighters aren't that fast. Like on the freaking thing, because they're doing so many cuts, you know, different angles. So I'm like, oh man, they're so quick. But I was like, no, I can keep up with the speed too. Like this is not that quick. I always thought they were like lightning,
right?
You know, but it's just cuts.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
Yeah, just throwing that out there. But it's also weird, like a full. Like without cuts, that's also kind of weird, because like you don't like when for the Joe Rogan
it
podcast,
becomes boring. Yeah,
not just boring, but it's kind of eerie. Like so like when Jamie has to go like to the bathroom, he'll like put it only on one. I've noticed this. He'll put it on like the wide angle so that you see both guests, so he doesn't cut back and forth. It's easiest to leave, right?
Yeah.
But then when they do that, and then you're just watching it from that angle for a while, you're like, you can watch all of their like little ticks, or like if they scratch, or like if they get bored, you know, like it's kind of weird. Like there's this one person talking, and then like they didn't cut the angle, and then Joe Rogan looked like he was like yawning, and I was like, oh, they don't show that side, you know, like what are we missing by not looking at the whole picture? Of course,
yeah. That's true. I
should think about marketing. It's very odd, you know.
You can't trust what you see.
You can't trust what you see. Actually, all right, this is kind of like trolls, but I mean, like, you can go back and look at it. I'm just pointing it out. So, like, the angle for this, like, fight pass thing, not fight pass, fight companion that they do.
Okay.
So, like, Jamie put it on, like, a wide angle shot of, like, everyone at the table, right? And it's just, like, Joe's friends, right? And then, like, because you... because you didn't cut the scene, right? So like, but they don't know what's being filmed, right? But they're like, oh, it's probably just like my upper face, right? Whatever I do under the table is hidden. So like one of them, I won't say which one, turns towards the TV away from everyone else, starts scratching his nuts under the table, and then smells it. And then he like turns back to the table as if nothing happened. But it's like, Jamie, you didn't do a good cut there. Yeah. You can go back if you're really interested. You can watch one of the fight companions. But you know what I mean? Like, the angles we don't think about.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You don't see
cuts.
those sort of.
Yeah. It makes them more human too, which is kind of creepy. Yeah. But anyways, so
it's normal.
Yeah. I just wonder. I wonder where this is all headed.
I wanted to post stuff about the debate, but then now that Trump has COVID, it's like, doesn't seem right to do that.
Yeah, true. Good thing I got mine in before. Yeah.
That was an interesting debate, though, like, to watch that.
I watched the full thing.
I watched the whole thing.
I couldn't do it. Everyone was like messaging me about it. They're like, "Are you watching this? This is so funny." And I'm like, I don't really care.
Right. Yeah, yeah. You saw me watching it, laughing.
And you were laughing. Yeah. You were laughing at that part. I asked you why you're laughing, and you're like, and then the next morning you're like, "Oh, this is the part I was laughing at."
Yeah.
You showed me, and then that's the one I cut up. Actually,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
created a meme out of that one.
Yeah.
Where he's
No,
like,
that's funny that you did that one because it was Kevin Hart himself who put that quote up too.
and then I used Kevin Hart's video. Yeah, that's genius inception right there. Like trying to pull it all together.
But it at first it looked good for Trump.
What do you mean?
The way the debate was going.
Okay, yeah.
But I think there's a level to it. Like this is my perception of it, but I don't know what other people think. That he was interrupting too much as it was going on.
Mm-hmm.
It made sense in the beginning. It looked like Trump was strong and stuff like that. But then as he continued to do that, that means that maybe there's a problem with Trump. Like if you keep doing it too long, it looks like you're not letting us hear the other guy at all. So what are you hiding? Or like, you know what I mean? Like it looks bad on Trump.
Interesting.
It ended up looking bad on Trump. That's what my opinion was.
Okay, yeah, I see your point. Yeah. Because you don't want him to catch you or something.
Yeah.
So you're trying to steer the conversation.
Yeah. And I can hear him keep doing that. Like even with the white supremacy thing, he kept steering it to Antifa, but he's not denying the other thing.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
That was weird.
Oh, actually, let's talk about that. Because I was talking to your brother about this, and I was like, yeah, that's so true. The fact that he said like stand back and stand down, it was like
stand by.
Stand by. Yes, yeah. Didn't even say stand down.
No, he said stand.
No, stand back and stand by.
So this is stand back.
Yeah,
okay, I
had to listen to it again because I was like, I thought it was stand down, stand by. So I was like, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, at least you're telling him to stop. But then I had to like re-listen to it, and it's stand back and stand down. Oh, stand by, stand back, stand by. So it's like,
wait, that doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't sound good, right? It's like, it's almost like he was giving orders to his like,
yeah,
his crew.
a bit. It's like, why did they bring up Proud Boys? Like, is that, I don't know if that is even a white supremacy thing. It's like,
what is Proud Boys? Is that the hand signal thing?
No, it was like a group of people. I don't know who they are. But like, I know who started that thing, which was a Canadian, Gavin McGuinness.
Okay. What is the Proud Boys?
He started this thing called Proud Boys. I don't know what it's like exactly about. I didn't look anything about it, but it's, I guess the media considers them white supremacists, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Because I think it was brought up by Chris Wallace. Like someone said Proud Boys.
Okay, I was wondering, is the Proud Boys that like that?
And he was him asking like, what should I say? What should I say?
Yeah, I know that was so. What do you want me to say? I'll say anything you want. What do you want to say?
Yeah.
Like what? That's so weird.
The thing is, I seen videos of him where he has denounced them, but it's like, this is on a main platform, on a national platform, and you couldn't say it.
Yeah.
Like how come you like really? Why were you like continuously redirecting it to Antifa or stuff like that?
I was wondering about like the wait, is Antifa is supposedly the good people, right? Anti-fascists?
Well, I think what Joe Biden said, I don't know if this is true, but like FBI can just consider them as an ideology. It's not like a group of people.
Okay, yeah.
Not like a gang.
No, but
people.
everyone's like, oh, Antifa. It's like, but they're supposed to be the good guys, right? Anti-fascism.
Yeah.
But it's sort of like the Crip thing,
are
right?
they doing their actions? Are they good? You know what I mean? Like
no,
they can use the
but
term anti-fascist.
That's what I mean. It's like has Antifa become like the new Crip? You know, like community rebuilding in progress or something.
Right.
That's what like Crip stood for. Yeah. So it's like, did you take a good idea and then turn it evil?
Mm-hmm.
Because who isn't down with anti-fascism? You know what I mean? It's like
it's
like I would consider myself Antifa too. Then like just under that term, but like I don't know what.
Yeah, the actual definition.
Yeah. But I'm wondering about this Proud Boys thing. Is that like the circle? Like everyone plays the circle game, and then like you didn't see that meme thing where it's like going around like they're trying to say that anybody who does the circle means that you're
circle,
like the circle game.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Oh, like the OK symbol?
OK symbol, yeah. Okay. And everyone started to say it was like
a circle thing.
But I wonder, okay, so after watching, last thing, because we have to like wrap this up.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if that came about because of Watchmen. So I'm 100% serious. I'm 100% serious. Okay, so you know people were like, "Oh, flat earthers,"
Yeah.
right? And then flat Earth was because of people wanting to troll everyone and see like, can we convince people that it was like 4chan thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if the whole OK symbol thing was because of Watchmen and how they're like the Cyclops. Because
Okay.
remember they used the OK symbol on their head.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Think
yeah,
about
yeah,
it,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, yeah.
I want.
Oh shoot, yeah.
Think about it, right? Is it the chicken or the egg?
Mm.
Did that become because of Watchmen? And then they're like, "Yo, that's real, bro."
Interesting.
Or did Watchmen find out about that and then they put that in the movie, in the show?
I don't remember which came first.
Because it was a huge controversy. I remember that like when I was working, like in the beginning, they're like they sent this like notice around. They're like, make sure that if you see any pictures of people doing the OK symbol in any of the photos, don't use it. And I was like, okay. And then they were like, had this whole article attached about like how it's a racist symbol now. And I was like, wow, you're getting rid of the OK symbol. All right, fine. And then we recently watched Watchmen and I was like, oh, it's the OK symbol, but on their head. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, did Watchmen know, or did somebody troll the world and was like,
I don't know which came first. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the OK symbol was out there. Like
it's like the racism associated with
yeah,
it?
I think so.
Maybe
But
I don't even know
when
how
they
that started. Like, how did
I don't know how it
like-
even started. Yeah,
yeah,
like
that's
who
what I wonder.
decided to
Yeah, say that the OK symbol was
yeah
evil.
is a racist thing. Yeah. So it says here, Proud Boys are a far right neo-fascist and male-only organization with ties to white supremacists that promote and engages in political violence.
Okay,
But this is in Wikipedia.
so it's like, okay, what are the real things behind
Stand
this?
back and stand
Yeah,
by.
yeah, it's like just wait for my signal. You know what I mean? Like, and then he lose the election. Go.
No, I
You
think
know,
they
like,
use
oh
that.
my
I think the Proud Boys use that as a way to recruit more people because it's like
Stand back and
stand by. It's not like
stand by.
it's not like stand out. It's not stand.
True. That's so trippy. All right. Last thing was that.
I think the recruitment went up because you now put the name Proud Boys also on mainstream.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. What was that thing where it's like you give it more attention and it grows?
Yeah.
They were doing that with the van guy who killed the people on our street.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like he was saying.
Oh right.
They were like, yeah, let's not put his name out there because we don't want to glorify him.
Right.
So he's just the van guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in
Like
news.
naming the people.
Naming the people,
Yeah.
yeah.
I've heard that. Yeah, to not use their names.
Yeah, I think they did that for the van guy.
Yeah. I think they started from that.
Yeah, they
And
said like
done-
we're not going to name who this guy is.
Yeah.
The last thing, the QAnon. Remember, I thought it was like anonymous, right?
Yeah.
Because anon, it's associated with like a pedophile sex ring of like the right wing people. Oh, you're pulling it up. All right.
Yeah,
cool.
just queuing in on what again, it's under Wikipedia. Yeah, it says far right conspiracy theory alleging that a cabal of Satan worshipping pedophiles running a
So when
global
you
child sex
hear
trafficking.
that kind of stuff, it's like, how much do I really take this seriously?
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, I don't know. Like Satan worshippers, come on. You know, is there even a Satan? Like, why do we have to follow your like Christian ideology?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of weird. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's a weird world with this. There's a lot of sides of conspiracy. There's the far conspiracy. There's
like Pizzagate too.
Yeah, and
You're
then there's
come
like the
on, bro.
these are like normal, understandable conspiracies that are much more plausible.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's
And
like
then you get to the more ridiculous, like Epstein's like pedophile island.
yeah.
And then it turned out to be true.
Right.
So it's like,
So
what's
that's
true and
what
what's
I'm saying. It's
fake?
kind of like they're using certain things like that thing, sex trafficking could fit into that QAnon thing, right? Because that fits in that world. So it's like,
so it's kind of real. So you're like,
it's kind of
maybe,
real,
maybe
but
they
it's like,
are.
yeah.
And then
yeah.
a lot of people are like heavily Christian, so it's like, oh, if we just add Satan in there, it's like, oh, it must be real because they're Satan worshippers. And it's like, but then you have to ask yourself, like, is like God real? Like, is Christian God real?
Right.
You know? Or if you check out the Graham Hancock podcast with, I have it up right now, Brian something, can't say his last name, but he wrote this book. I'm going to pick it out. I'm going to read it. And it's like about how religion was based off of psychedelics.
Mm-hmm.
Like he did independent research, and he's also not a psychedelic user. So like it makes you wonder,
Right.
like, are we just taking, like I always said, like religion is like naive science,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because like if you don't know what something is, you're just gonna build a story around it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I feel like when you say things like Satan worshippers, it's like, is that just an analogy? Like you're doing evil things, so we're gonna call you satanic worshippers,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Or is there actually a devil horns person? I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, but
mean,
the concept of
there are
Satan,
Satanists.
yeah, like no, but those are like again, it's like that's like telling me they're like Voldemort people,
Yeah.
you know, like, oh, we believe in Voldemort. It's
Right.
like, yeah,
Right.
okay,
I know. Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
But like, is Voldemort real? No, it came out of J.K. Rowling's head.
Mm-hmm. He should not be named.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Till next time, pick up some teas and or accessories in realclothingco.com. Use offer code Socrates for 20% off select items. And if your CERB money is going towards more important things like Gucci belts and, you know, other like hats. I've seen those a lot now, Gucci belts and hats. Made me want to get one. I was like, oh, that's so dope. Towards other things, just check out the free Zen Real Radio playlist on Spotify, zenrealclothingco.com. Take it easy, Vish.
Peace.
Bye. All right, so another addition to this week's podcast. I think we should start calling it something like, I was thinking like the appendix.
One more thing.
One more thing. All right, I like that. All right, one more.
That's an Apple thing.
One
But
more thing. Wait, what wasn't that like what's the one more thing from?
it's from Apple.
No. What? Wasn't it like Jackie Chan Adventures?
No, I don't remember, but it was like a thing for Apple.
Oh, okay.
Near the end of it, it's like, oh, but we got one more thing.
Oh, that no. All right, I'm pretty sure Jackie Chan's uncle says one more thing as well.
I don't know.
Okay. So all right, so
I don't remember.
we're both in agreement with we'll call it one more thing. All right, so one more thing. We got offline and then we started like talking about this article that Vish really wanted to get captured. So all right, go for it, Vish.
So like a bunch of doctors in Ontario, not gonna say all of them, but there was quite a few on the list that signed their name to that letter that they sent to the Ontario's premier, saying that we should not go into another lockdown.
Okay, and what's the rationale behind that?
I heard him on the radio. That's why I also looked it up. But he was saying that the numbers that we're getting right now are, if you're in Toronto, it's 1 in 30 cases would show up as positive.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're outside of Toronto or the other major cities, is 1 in 50, right?
As
compared to in the beginning, it was 1 in 10.
And this is primarily because we've increased our testing, right?
Yeah, increase the number of testing. So of course the numbers would show higher, but it would have been more higher if we were doing the same amount of tests back in April or March.
Right. Okay, so what is the counter to this argument?
Well, there's the other side. There are some other doctors asking for we should go back a stage and close down things. But the thing is, these guys are saying that lockdowns haven't done anything. It doesn't stop the virus. All it does is prolong its life.
Oh, all right, that's a logical argument.
Yeah.
I could see that point. But
the reason I'm also giving credence to these guys is because almost every country is going through a second wave.
Okay.
That's because we have released the lockdowns, right? We all came back and stuff like that. So numbers are going back up. The only country so far that's not in a second wave is Sweden.
Yeah, but that makes sense because they haven't done any restrictions.
Exactly.
No. But it's like,
well,
okay.
They didn't do a lockdown.
Right. No. But
they followed restrictions like social distancing and
right. But what I'm saying is like, if you. That article about waves, right? And they're like, it's not actually waves. It's like attached to human behavior. Like that's what really the wave is. It's not like a seasonal thing. Like
no, I didn't say it was seasonal.
No. I remember that article.
Yeah.
Right. So if you don't change human behavior, like they did in the Sweden thing, then of course the numbers should remain steady.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, steady as in it's all low. It's very low now.
Oh, so it's declining now.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's either they've got enough of a herd immunity, if that's what's happened.
Okay, yeah.
In Sweden, that's why they don't have another uptick because they didn't do a lockdown. as
But
it's gone
but
through the
but they would
younger
never get
generation.
an uptick.
No, they
Right.
did. What do you mean? They didn't
No,
have an
but
uptick.
because how can you go through? So if waves are attached to human,
Yeah. No, because they
thing.
didn't do a lockdown.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So how can you have a second wave if you didn't do a lockdown?
Yeah. So what exactly?
No, I'm saying it's how you frame it, right?
No, I know.
So you're
but the point was exactly that this was going to happen. That means that Sweden's thing worked because now they are out there. They don't have to deal with the virus as much anymore. Versus we still have
because
to.
most people already got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So it's not
Well,
really.
I don't know if most people got it, but they had enough of it that caused that. Again, it's so far,
But
but
what I'm saying is,
second herd immunity happened.
so it's really just like how you frame the argument, right?
Mhm.
Because it's like, okay, we didn't lock anything down, so we didn't get any resurgence of numbers.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, because you didn't lock anything down.
No, I know, yeah.
Right? But
Yeah.
we're getting a resurgence of numbers because we're laxing on our lockdown.
Yeah, because the point was
No, but
okay.
but then so did it really work, or did you just implement, like
did which one work?
like did the no lock, like is it the no lockdown, or is it the fact that everyone got it? See what I'm saying? It's like
No, but what they were saying is you can't stop the virus anyways.
no, I know,
So
but you
by
can't
so if you do another lockdown, we're just
prolonging
prolonging the life of the
inevitable.
virus, which I think I didn't read that though, but it could maybe if the longer it is alive, it could mutate.
Okay, maybe, yeah, true.
I don't know. I'm just trying to use some kind of logic, but like the longer it's there, then if you release the lockdowns again, it's going to go back up. So if you
Yeah, no, you're just
Yeah.
playing a pendulum game,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But like
well, that's why there's other doctors saying that we should go back to stage 2 or whatnot.
right. Like even if you, I guess what it's really doing is if we go back a stage, it's like, can we stop the virus enough that it won't spread
Mm-hmm.
because the people that already have it will get over it, and then
well, yeah. So I guess it went through the younger population in Sweden that who they say that they don't take up the space in hospitals because they are the ones who are going to recover.
yeah,
And you just have to be more protective for the elderly and the
Right.
long-term care. If you do those sorts of restrictions where I guess you can't go in these sort of things,
right.
that's like these are the ones who you have to protect.
But then is it more of a protection, or is it more like you're just separating them, like you're isolating them from
No, so
society?
if it goes through, but if it's only for a limited time, because if it goes through enough of the
But how
population,
long, though, right? It's like,
yeah, I think it can go again. I don't know how long, but it seemed to have worked in Sweden, which was a few months, right?
you're right.
So if
But also the population's smaller, so for it to spread across the entire
no, it
population,
still would have been per capita wise. It still would do the same thing.
how
It
so?
would have been the same way. Like it doesn't matter population or not, right?
Oh, why?
No, it'll be more people,
Yeah, okay.
but it will still go through at the same time.
Oh, like at the same
Rate.
like ratio.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I see that point. Yeah, but then what about the people who? Because, all right, so in Sweden, it's more like how many big cities do they have there?
I'm not sure. Copenhagen.
So not, but not like, if you look at the whole of like Canada, let's say,
Yeah.
like how's it gonna hit the random middle populations where like
Mhm.
people don't actually go to that
Yeah.
area?
Yeah.
So it's
But
like
again, I know. It's
it's totally
very-
different scenario is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It's like the elements are different. Like it might have worked there because of what they were dealing with. So it's like
Mhm.
it could spread faster, but
Mhm.
like because everything's so concentrated in Toronto, and then like what about the outskirts of Toronto? It'll take more time to get to that.
yeah. But
people,
even with what's happening now, it's still the numbers are 1 in 30 in Toronto, versus
Yeah.
before it was 1 in 10. So it went through a lot of the population before probably.
yeah, okay,
Right.
no, they just didn't have
And also
accurate
60% of the new cases that are happening are 60 to 70% are younger people who are not going to use up the hospitals, who will
Right.
recover on their own.
numbers. Right.
So thus you will create that herd immunity.
Yeah. I kind
I
of feel
don't know.
like
It's a tough thing. Yeah.
I feel like the elements are different. Like I feel like
because no, but they want what they want to say is that you have to look at everything. So even, what does a lockdown do?
Yeah.
So that's caused an increase in overdoses, an increase in, so that people are still dying in those other ways.
There's like negative aspects to it.
Other negative aspects that are not being included in the whole the
idea of a
viewpoint
lockdown.
Yeah.
Like the psychological effects
and the longer economic problems.
No, but going back to the whole like, because remember I said like their population's smaller or whatever, and then like the ratios, but like, where's the most concentrated? Like the time it'll take for it to spread across Canada is still going to be longer than the time it's going to take to spread across Sweden. Because the people that are in these dense areas, if they just localize to these dense areas and they don't go out, what's the rate of the other small cities getting it, or the small towns getting it? Because nobody's going to go to those.
Yeah.
So it can't actually go through the whole of Canada. Because who's going to bring the virus there?
Yeah. So, but again, outside of Ontario or outside of these major cities, it's still 1 in 50 that you get it, that show up positive.
Yeah, no, that's
numbers. That's what I'm saying. The numbers are still very low,
but
comparative.
But it might have been 1 in 50 back then as well, like because they didn't have as many tests when it started.
But it was 1 in 10 means
1 in 10 relative to the tests that you've been implementing, because you're putting out more tests, right? So you don't actually know. No, now.
Yeah.
So
what I'm saying was, it was higher then.
It was higher then because there was less tests, right?
No, it would still be the same rate then. It's higher then because more people had it then, right? It's not about number of tests. It's breaking it down to 1 in 10, 1 in 30, or 1 in 50. So you're doing more tests now.
Right. Oh, okay.
If you had done more tests then, you would have had a higher number.
Right.
1 in 10 means you would have a higher number.
Obviously it's going down.
Yeah.
And you're right. Because if there's less tests, then it's like 1 in 10 of the 1,000 tests per day versus 1 in 30 of the... Actually, 1 out of 30 out of 3,000 tests per day. That's the same ratio.
Yeah.
It's 1 in 10.
Yeah.
Still. Isn't it?
No. It's 1 in...
Because how many new tests are they doing per day? 3,000?
I don't know how much they're doing per day.
Okay. Yeah.
And even though we're doing
no, we'll go down. No, because 1 in 30
down.
Of, like, let's say 3,000. Yeah, that's a smaller ratio. Yeah, totally.
That's in Toronto, right? But outside of Toronto and Ottawa and Peel Ridge is 1 in 50.
Okay. So we are... so we are for sure having it go down, but... Yeah.
But the numbers would be higher because we're doing more tests.
Right. Totally. Athena's not a fan of... Athena's not a fan of COVID. All right, yeah. So is that the final thing that you were...
Yeah, and we have a ton of backlogs of tests.
That we haven't completed.
And you have a limited amount of days to do those tests.
Right.
So that's another thing.
Yeah. All right. So so leave it up to you. You choose. You think opening up or not opening up is a better idea. I don't know. I'm on the fence on this one. I feel like I don't know enough.
No, yeah, I'm not saying I know enough. I'm just saying I'm reading from these doctors who are...
No. They
are in the infectious disease physicians.
Right, so. Totally. But I'm saying both arguments are sound. So it's like...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's I guess more like... I don't know if you're actually saving more people if you do a lockdown.
Yeah.
Because the virus still stays...
Yeah, and economically it's like...
Yeah. Ooh. So are you... It's very tough. We don't really know.
I don't know. It really is like, which is the greater of the two evils?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like you're caught in a rock in a hard place. So it's like you have to decide: is it worse to close everything again, or is it worse to open everything again? Yeah. That's really what it comes down to. You know, and it's like both cases of the argument are pretty sound. So. I don't know. Leave it up to the governing bodies.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, I always viewed the Sweden view kind of made sense.
Because we can't even vote anyways, though. Like on it, lockdown or no lockdown.
Yeah.
There's no voting, so it's like it's really up to them. It's not really.
It's up to the premier.
Yeah.
Of Ontario. That's why they sent that letter to him. To like, there's other people here who are more like knowledgeable about these things.
Than Tam. Dr. Tam?
No, Dr. Tam is for Canada. It's not for Ontario.
Oh, okay. No, but aren't they?
Ontario's public health physician.
Are the people that wrote this letter?
He's no. Like that's the ones who are.
Okay, so who wrote
directly,
the letter? Who wrote the letter?
The doctors of. They're not exactly directly working within government.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But where are they located?
Across Ontario.
Oh, okay. So it's an Ontario-based thing. Like Ontario doesn't.
Yeah,
want to
because
go
they
into
sent
law.
it to Ontario's doctor, or Ontario's
okay,
premier,
okay.
Doug Ford.
Ooh, see, even that's tricky too, because it's like you're looking at the elements within your area.
Yeah.
You know, but what about like Vancouver? So like, what are they going to open up?
But they're not,
Ontario.
but they're not talking about Vancouver. They're talking about Ontario.
No, I know.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, is it like you're because if you don't go into lockdown and we become like this hive for COVID, that's going to affect the rest of Canada.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's a very tough call because it's like if you decide not to open up, then those are the ramifications that they brought up in that letter.
Well, I didn't. They didn't say like lock down all of Ontario. They're saying. What I forgot to mention was localized.
Localized. Okay.
They can do some localized controls, like that kind of
So
thing.
it's like this district is not
something
accessible. Interesting. Well, what's the article called in case people want to read it?
It's not an article. You can just search letter from doctors to premier. Like it was this week. I found it on like the CTV news thing. Doctors sign letter to premier advising against sweeping lockdowns.
Okay, cool. So yeah, if you're interested, you can check that out, read it, and make your own call. But at the end of the day, it's not our call.
It's not our call.
And it's not your call, even if you read it. So just putting the information out there. I mean, like, what are you going to do, riot? Come on.
Yeah.
There's like, what's the solution? Even those people who
well,
protested,
that's why they haven't gone back into a lockdown.
But those people that protested, who attempted to protest.
But that was like no masks and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was like,
which I kind of disagree with.
Yeah.
I think the masks
and remember the signs with like, I need a haircut, something like that. I was like, come on,
because
bro.
they still wore masks in Sweden. It's not like they didn't do all that.
Oh, okay.
They were doing social distancing.
Oh, okay.
It's not that they didn't take any measures.
Oh, I thought that's what the whole.
No. They didn't do a shutdown of the economy.
Oh, that's all you're saying. Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was like business as usual.
No.
Oh, okay.
You can do like the social distancing, wearing masks. These are the ways you can like help prevent the spread of it.
Right.
Which would kill it.
Oh.
But you can't like shut down the economy.
Okay.
Or lock it down like that because there's other things involved. Yeah.
I thought you meant it was more like they just didn't care at all. They just like acted like normal.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so it's not really herd immunity they were going for. They were like, let's just keep the economy going.
Yeah, but like
implement social distancing.
It will still spread. The virus is still going to spread,
course,
but it won't spread as like what is happening right now. Yeah, it's you know what I mean. Like it would we would be on a lower level if we had not done like a direct lockdown like that. If we did like the social distancing, wearing masks and stuff.
Right. Okay. So it's more like. So it's not like the U.S. kind of thing where like they just
I see videos in the U.S. just
like so that's what I thought you meant. Like I thought Sweden just did that. So I was like, oh, okay.
No, they didn't do that.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't shut down the economy.
All right, so that's the only thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So it's not like they just gave up.
I remember because we talked about this. They did say like if you can work from home, work from home.
Oh.
Like they did these sort of things, right?
Okay, I thought Sweden had been like,
no.
Who cares?
No. The guy who's leading it is like a doctor and something, so he knew what he was doing.
Oh,
that position, the government position.
Right. Okay, that totally reframes the perspective. Yeah. But still, I still say that elements are different. Like what they're dealing with is different from what we are dealing with.
That's possible an argument, sure.
Yeah.
I just don't think so. But
wait, what do you mean? Like what?
I don't think there's much of a difference
from Sweden and Canada.
Yeah.
Like how so though?
No, like I'm just saying like per capita numbers. I think will still do the same kind of thing. The virus will spread as it does, but as long as you control it from going to long-term care homes and things like that.
But like even the way the infrastructure is, like how are the houses built? How is the land.
No. We
laid
have more
out.
population. Of course, we'll show up as higher numbers.
No, but not just that, but like I said about how those remote places in Canada or even in Ontario, they're like those remote places. How is it gonna get to those remote places?
Yeah.
Because I'm saying like geographically we're different than Sweden, so the elements are different because of the geography.
Okay, I don't understand what you mean then.
Like like the way Sweden is laid out.
Okay, what is it laid out? How is it different? What do you mean it's different?
Of course, it's different though. What?
What do you mean?
Country-wise, like the way their city and their like landscape is laid out.
Okay.
It's different than ours.
Okay.
Obviously, it's different than ours.
I don't know what you mean. What is different
like,
exactly?
Different, like everything about it. Like
well, they have cities, they have towns.
right,
we
but
have cities, we have towns.
No, right, but
so what do you? I don't understand. What do you mean?
But it just because you have cities and towns doesn't mean they're identical.
You mean population wise?
Not just population, but like
Okay.
how did they build it? Like, is everything close together like us?
Well, in cities it would be.
But to what degree and like how many people actually live in those? Because even though we live in the city, like you're saying, like everybody commutes from out of town. They all live in the suburbs and they go to
I don't know.
the cities. No, yeah, in Toronto.
Okay.
Yeah. So is it like that in Sweden? Or do they also live in the city and work in the city?
Right. I don't know.
So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's what
I'm saying.
Those are the elements that are different. Like
well, we
naturally.
don't know if that's different or not.
Okay, so
That's what I was saying.
No,
That's why I didn't understand.
How could it not be different though? It's like
Well,
they're
like,
not identical cities.
Huh? No,
They're
but
not
they don't live
identical.
in. It doesn't happen. Like, can it not happen that they also do live in suburbs and go to the city?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah, that's
the
what I'm saying.
elements are different. That's why.
Well, I don't know if the elements are different. Is what I'm saying.
But what I'm saying is how can it
But
not
you're
be
saying the
different?
elements are different.
Yeah, but
I'm saying I don't know if they're different.
they have to be different. We're different countries. They weren't built the same. If
No.
you Google a picture of Sweden and you Google a picture of Toronto, they're not going to look the same.
Okay.
That's what I mean. They're different. So the way they live their lives, the way the cities are built, all those things are different. So it's like, do they have enclosed spaces or are their spaces more like spread out?
Mm-hmm.
Do they have like skyscrapers of like apartments or not?
Mm-hmm.
Because that'll change the way it spreads, right? Because if they're more like pockets, then it might infect a pocket but not spread to another pocket because that pocket is like living and like organizing itself in that one area.
Mm-hmm.
See what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I'm saying like if the elements are different, I don't know if it would actually work the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, there's no other place we can compare it to because no one else did.
It totally. Yeah, you're right. Well, I mean, America did.
No, they
No,
did a
I-
lockdown.
I'm just kidding. No, not the lockdown portion, but like the herd immunity ish attempt.
Yeah.
Even though they didn't really call it a herd immunity.
But theirs is the worst.
Yeah, it's
I don't know if it's like the death rate in America is worse than everybody else in the world.
really.
I mean,
Damn.
I'm not sure. They do have the highest.
But also the healthcare system in Sweden. I don't know if it's like.
Probably better than ours.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So
Yeah.
it's like, so maybe they could have,
Mm-hmm.
like if, like let's say there's like one hospital for like 200,000 people, but for us it's like one hospital for 400,000 people. That's going to change it as well. Because like, do they have the support? Do we have the support systems in place that are similar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, we haven't gone back into another lockdown. I don't know if they can. They can do restrictions like what they've done is with like number of people at restaurants or gyms or like things like
Here.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
they did bring something new this week.
Oh, they did? Oh, I didn't see
Something
it.
to do with that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Weird times.
And they have like a backlog of tests to do and way too long lineups of
Yeah.
doing those. That's what they said. They stopped doing that. They said you have to. It's all like booking appointments. Then you go get the test.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What happened to like
That's
using
just-
them at like shoppers and stuff?
Yeah, we were very delayed on approving those rapid tests.
Okay, yeah.
Again, how reliable are they? I guess that's probably the reason why they were taking some time.
Right.
But if it
right.
was giving you more false positives, it's not a bad thing.
Right, because then you're just being more
Yeah.
prudent.
If it's giving you more false negatives, that's a bad thing.
yeah, totally. Yeah.
So yeah. Anyways, but that was approved. I don't know how that will be implemented across Canada, or like how that will be. We'll see.
Yeah, totally. But see, well, things are like changing at such a rapid pace that it's like,
Mm-hmm.
how can you keep up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be a world leader right now. That's a tough job.
Yeah, it's unprecedented. I guess that's what the word is, right?
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
All right.
All right. All right. That was our one more thing. Take it easy.
Cool. Peace.
Bye.